can hear me.
And they said they can hear you. Okay. All right. Um, I'm Nakita Smith. This is the Writer's Way. We are introducing her book. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. But welcome to the Writer's Way, and thank y'all for joining. Please feel free at any time during the interview to ask a question or to interact with the writer or me. Now, the floor is yours. Welcome, Michelle. Can you tell us about yourself? Where you from? All that good stuff.
Thank you, Nakita, for having me. Uh, Thank you guys for rejoining, staying, and hanging in here with us. I appreciate it. My name is Michelle Bartlett. Um, I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, but right now I live in Las Vegas. I just opened a practice called Honor My Rise Grief and Trauma. I am an author of 20 books across 3 genres. Uh, all of my books, in one form or the other, focuses on reality, things that we deal with in today's society. Human trafficking, domestic violence, bullying, all those types of things. Um, the book we're speaking on today, Broken Vows, that is part of a series, Familiar Terror, 4 Broken Vows.
Okay. How did you get into writing?
I've always been writing. I've been writing since I was, how the old people say, knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But what happened was, life be like, as a kid, all kind of things, get in the way. You're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, whatever. And then when I got grown, had kids of my own, life was life, and you have to sometimes put what you want to the back burner to and prioritize. My kids were my priority at that moment. So I had to, not right. Well, the chance came not long ago. I got very ill. I had to have surgery. And when I got well enough to sit up and take care of myself and do things on my own, I decided, since I'm here, I can't go to work, I ain't doing nothing else, let me put my passion to pen and paper.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what she said? Have you ever had a chance to meet Maya Angelou? What
No,
happened?
I wish I had. I
Me
really wish
too.
I had. Ooh.
Maya Angelou died, what, about 10, 15 years ago? How long?
Yeah, it's been a good little while.
Yeah, it's been a good while.
Yeah,
Um,
but I love her work.
she said, did you have an inspirational author, like your favorite author that you liked?
Me, I'm just Maya Angelou is one. Terry McMillan is one.
Definitely Terry McMillan, yes, and Maya Angelou. Okay. Okay, so this I want to caution everybody that this is a very sensitive subject. Um, and I want to let you guys know that I've never been in this situation, and I plan on speaking freely from my point of view. So I hope that no one gets offended because I know this is a very sensitive subject, but I do want to be able to speak freely on how I feel about the characters I mean, without y'all, but okay. Anyway, um, the name of the book is Familiar Terror, Broken Vows. Can you tell me the genre of this book?
It's suspense and drama. But look, the foundation is reality, but it's suspense and drama.
Fiction and nonfiction, or just based on a true story?
Right.
Based on a
It's
true
based
story.
on some true events. It's not particularly somebody's life, but it's lived experience. Let me put it that way. It's lived
Oh,
experience.
okay, so I'm gonna look at it when we talk about this book. We're gonna look at it from my perspective, and once I give y'all my point of view, you can give me your point of view. You can tell me whether you agree with it or not, or whether I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. So let's get into the characters. The first character is Gino, which is Samantha's husband. They were married. In the beginning, Gino was a bomb husband, but he was always a terrible husband, so to speak, because Gino cheated on her from the beginning, but he did it respectfully. He treated her very, very, very well. She ain't want for nothing. She didn't work. She was good. Then Gino's father died. Gino's father died. He began drinking and he began cheating, just all up in her face, did not care how she felt. And he began being very fit, abusive, verbally abusive to her, not only and physical. She got pregnant. She had a baby. That's Genoa. If y'all seen my skit when I told him that if he do something, if he say something, his little girlfriend say something about Genoa again, it's gonna be a problem. Y'all remember that? So Genoa was the baby they had, and she had Down syndrome or some type of learning disability that he felt that didn't come from his family, so he didn't want to say that the baby was his, and he talked about the baby like it wasn't his. So then you have Samantha, which is the wife. Samantha, from my point of view, she was not a strong woman, but she was strong in faith. I will give her that. But to take up for herself, she had none of that. Samantha did depend solely on God for everything. But she just let Gino run all over top of her. At one point, she had a best friend named Nadira. Am I saying her name right? Or Nadidra?
Yes. Yes.
Nadira. Nadira, that, was her friend no matter what, non-judgmental friend that came in, helped her with the kids because, the special needs baby needed special needs for her other kids. So she was helping her through thick and thin. She wanted to stay with her husband. She was going to be there. She, at one point, she told, you got to let this go because he cheating on you with 3 different girls. So I come to, um, I told Author Michelle, the other day that I didn't like nothing about Samantha. Because I don't have no friends. I don't know nobody personally that has been in an abusive relationship. And if I do, they never shared that with me. So, and I've never been in an abusive relationship. So I had dudes that talk trash to me, but I never really had nobody beat me. Unless I'm the one that's usually beating people up. Men, I'm the fighter. So I can't relate. So when I'm
So
reading this,
you just on the other side.
I'm looking at her as a weak woman. She was weak to me. She just let him just do whatever he want to do. But then you explain to me. Can you tell them how you explained that to me? Because it was so good.
Well, basically what I said was I wanted her to be very transparent in her feelings. And everybody is not going to be able to relate to every single character. But there are women out there just like her who are very, very submissive to their significant other. They allow them to do what they want, run over them for whatever reason. You have women out there who has not been in the workforce 5, 10, 15 years, and they take whatever the partner or spouse dishes out because they're afraid of what is on the other side. How am I going to support my kids? Where are we going to live? How am I going to get a job? It's a lot going on in their minds. I used to be like Nakita. I was like, you know what? I wish I would, but I had to take a step back and listen, observe, and comprehend and truly pay attention. I didn't know I was in an abusive relationship. Okay? I just thought when we got into it, he hit me, the fight was on. You know, I took up for myself. Don't put your hands on me or it's going down. But once I started doing my due diligence, paying attention, comprehending, I learned that that was an abusive relationship. Not only was it abusive, it was toxic. You know, you wondering if he gonna come in drunk, high, or whatever, and wanna start some crap. What do? You got women like me that be ready for a fight. Well, you
But
got women.
Samantha wasn't ready for no fight. That's the
Right.
issue.
That was my next thing. And then you
Okay.
have women like Samantha who curl up in a ball just to let it happen for whatever her reason is. It took me a long time to understand how could you be in a relationship where a man laying his hands on you, especially for 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years. Oh no, I've been penitentiary. I'm sorry. I can't. But now I've learned and I understand, and I'm older and I'm wiser. And like I said, I understand better. That's one of the things that prompt me to write books like these, because if I hadn't walked on it, I've talked and seen other women and men who have been through it. These are actual lived experiences.
I don't want to be insensitive, but I just don't understand. I can't. I really can't relate.
Well,
Um,
everything is not for everybody to understand. It took me a while to understand. I mean, I still don't understand how you stay, but you know what? I've been in rescue missions, so to speak. I've had women come to me wanting to get out but don't know how to get out, and we made it happen. Put them on a bus where you away from here. You know what I'm saying? Call up a family member, have them pick them up. You know, there's a way out. And so many women, let me say this. I said this to you the other night when you voiced to me that you couldn't understand how this could even take place, especially for so long. I had more than one woman tell me that if a man don't beat you, he don't love you. Let me stress this right here. That's one of the biggest lies ever told.
I think it's the opposite. It's to me, from my point of view, if he hit you, that means he don't love you. He don't have
Exactly.
no respect for you. He don't value
Exactly.
you as even a human being. Let's not even get to the boyfriend girlfriend part. If you put your hands on me, you don't even see me as a person with feelings that hurt. You just see me as an object, or
A
I
piece
don't
of
know how
ass.
you see me if you could see my face bruise. If you could walk away and beat me up, and that be okay with you in your mind, that means that you don't see me as a person that has feelings.
And that's
So
not
we can't
love.
even get to the boyfriend girlfriend part once we talk about once you put your hands on me. I can't even relate to you in no way, shape, or form or fashion. The only way I can see a man hitting a woman is in self defense. Other than that, if she talking trash, if she doing this, like I had men that I tried to beat up that just walked away, pushed me away because they knew if I hit her, I'm gonna kill this girl. Let me go. And I had some men that hit my ass back. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't put your that's why today, right now, at this age, this big age I am now, you ain't gotta worry about me putting my hand on no more man. No more man. I will walk away. I value him too. I've learned that
Right.
myself. I value him as well. I'm not gonna put my hand on no man. It's nothing a man can do to me unless I feel like my life is threatened or I'm threatening right there, then I'm gonna put my hand on somebody because of something they did or because they cheated on me. I mean,
Grown
it's
people ain't got
okay.
grown people have no business putting their hands on other grown people. If
Right.
you
Period.
at all, for whatever reason. I know I talk a lot of trash. I've had men tell me, you better be glad I don't hit women because all that lip you got, I be to pop you in it. And that'll be the last somebody will pop in the mouth. Trust and believe. But
Yeah, once you hit me,
that's
all
just the
bets
way of the
off.
world. In my opinion, I feel like a man that hits a woman is one of the world's biggest cowards. He ain't he ain't crap. I'm trying not to cuss y'all. You know, you are one of the biggest cowards there is. Because the average man that'll lay hands on a woman won't lay hands on another man. But now let's flip the script just a little bit. Just
Right.
like you
Because
said,
some men
you
are
you
victims
was
too.
the abuser. You know, we ain't got no business putting our hands on them either.
Right. Men
If
are
you big
victims
enough,
too. Men
yeah,
are
my
victims
grandmother
too.
always raised us and told us, if you big enough to pass a lick, you better be big enough to take another lick. Don't put your hands on him, because don't do to others what you
Exactly.
don't want others to do to you. Bottom line. And let me stress this as well. This is not just happening in grown-up relationships. Pay attention to your kids that has girlfriends and boyfriends, please, because there are things going on there that they're not gonna tell you. I don't care how close a relationship is. Very few will come to their parents or cousins, uncles, or whoever and say anything. Some are threatened. If you tell, I'm gonna do this to your mama, your daddy, your cousin, whoever, or I don't understand that kind of love. I don't ever want to love nobody that hard that he or she or whatever your relationship is can be whooping my ass is acceptable.
Right.
Never.
Let's talk about Nadira. I appreciate how you wrote her in. I appreciate the character that you made her because she was just so supportive of everything that's Samantha did. She wasn't one of them friends that be like, "Girl, I'm gonna need you to leave him," or "Why are you so stupid?" Because um, a lot of women don't understand when we communicate with each other. You could be getting abused all the way around the board because you getting abused by this man. Now your friend calling you stupid. Now you don't have no support system because you scared to reach out to somebody because you really, like she said, and she made me understand that you can't, that she can't get out this relationship because when she get out this relationship, she depend on this man financially. She depend on this man mentally. She has grown to depend depend totally on this man. So a part of her relationship is to get beat. That might be normal for her. So
And
for
if you
for a
got
friend,
kids, let me interject for 1 second.
mhm,
And if they have children, that makes it twice as hard because now leaving means you got to protect yourself, your kids. Right now, I got a roof over my head. He paying all the bills. He buying the food, making sure the kids have what they need. I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? If I leave, my kids won't have this. You know, we may be living in a shelter, and we all know most of the shelters are not where we want to be, not just because we don't want to be homeless, but they're not safe either. There's a
but
lot
but
going on in those shelters.
But I just wanted to bring life to Nadira, how you wrote her in, how you made her supportive, how you made her not judgmental, how you made her a safe place for Samantha. A lot of people don't have that. And I wanted you to give me a little more on how you developed her character to be so I mean, she didn't really judge her at all. At one point she did say you need to let him go because he was just doing too much, but she still said that with love. She still gave her the opportunity to make her own decision. I love how you put Nadira in there. That's why I want to keep it on Nadira for right now. How you developed her character and what did you wanted your readers to gain from Nadira? And am I gaining what you wanted us to gain?
Yeah, Nadira, let me tell you how I come up with Nadira. I've seen so many people in abusive relationships, and their support system is much as people try to be supportive, they weren't as supportive as they could have been. You know what I mean? Most of the people I seen that was supposedly supportive was the very opposite of Nadira. You know what I mean? Girl,
Right.
you
So
need
it's
to
not a
leave
safe
him.
space.
I don't know why you with him.
You're
You,
right.
you more so talking down to him. Understand? I think it's the way they expressed how they felt. So I wanted Nadira to be a little more sensitive, a little more supportive on the for real side. Because when somebody is going through something like that, the last thing they need for you to do is if you hadn't done this, or you should have done that, or why you still, that's not what they need right
Right.
there.
That's not what they need. Right. I
So
appreciate
that's
that.
where Nadira comes in. I wanted to show that this is the type of support. You can still be supportive. You can still express your feelings, but not in a way that is going to tear them down even more.
Yeah, because they already low. So that's like beating somebody up and stomping them when they already on the ground. Like
Yeah,
right now they need to be lifted. So
exactly.
let's get to your girl Angelique. I'm gonna let you introduce Angelique because I don't think I can do good with her because she pissed me off.
Like I told you, I wanted your honest opinion. Tell them what you think of Angelique, and I'm going to jump in there. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so let's talk about Angelique, Miss Angelique. So Miss Angelique was one of the girls that Gino was cheating with, right? So
Yep.
Angelique was very disrespectful. I mean, even in the church, she came up to Samantha and said something about her daughter, told her that she was pregnant because Angelique was pregnant by Gino. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So, like I told y'all before, Gino was really an alcoholic, real bad, and he just was. He had no
He
shame
wasn't
in
no good.
nothing that he was doing. Say what?
He wasn't no good.
He wasn't no good. He wasn't no good. And Angelique was just totally disrespectful. She talked about her like a dog. Gino left church. Was at church when he left and got in the car with Angelique and
Yep,
left?
exactly. Left Samantha standing there feeling and looking stupid.
Dumb. Sorry. Yeah, she looked dumb.
You
Because I'm
know,
not Nadira.
but you have
I
women
want
out
to be
there like
Nadira. But I'm like, girl, you look
you.
dumb.
You have disrespectful women out there like that.
That's
They don't
very
have any respect for
disrespectful.
you or your marriage. The first thing they holler about, evidently you ain't satisfying him, or he missing something at home, or you can't give him what I give him, or they poking their chest out, oh yeah, I was able to take this so and so's man, this, that, and the third.
But
Especially
whole
when
time she don't know he cheating on all of y'all. Everybody getting
exactly
cheated on in the whole circle. You
what
the
that
girl
song
that he
say,
cheating
baby,
on with,
your man cheating on us.
right. He cheating on he got three, it's four of y'all. Four. Not just you. You ain't competing with just Samantha. You competing with the other two. What's the other two name? I done forgot.
I'm that too. Don't make me gotta do the place.
So I know the
Can you
college.
watch the read and find out?
No, it was just other. It was two of them. It was the college student girl and
Right, because
Angelique
one of the young ladies actually committed
committed suicide.
correct.
Right.
And that
So
happens more often than you guys think. First of all, we have to look at we're women too. We have feelings too. Would you want somebody to come into your relationship and do you that way? Now,
right.
first of all, if she don't know you and you don't know her, then you have no beef with her. He is the one you need to have beef with, first and foremost. But if he married or in a relationship or is complicated, keep it going, brother. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Clean up your own backyard before you come here. But a man or whoever you're dealing with can only do what you allow him or her to do.
hmm So the college student, we bring her in. She was innocent in the whole situation. She didn't even know he was married. She didn't even live in the same state as them. She lived out. And the impression I got from Michelle, the writer of the college student, was that she was raised to almost be perfect. This is what I got. That she was raised almost to be perfect. She was a good student, straight A student. She really was raised to excel in life. And I don't the way she took the breakup with her and Gino, it led me to believe that she really hasn't failed in life. Like she really haven't had no big problems in life because Gino decided that he wanted to fix his marriage. He had an epiphany on the bathroom floor. He woke up in a in a pool of vomit. He woke up with a hangover. He had drank all night the night before. He woke up and he decided he wanted to fix his marriage. He wanted to claim his child. He wanted to support his wife. He wanted to cut off these other women. So he went and he cut off both Angelique and a college student. The college student didn't come back and take it crazy because, like I said, she lived in another state. She really didn't know too much about him. So she didn't even have a way to contact him because he wasn't answering the phone. She killed herself. So then you got Angelique. She got broken up with too. This the one with all the mouth. She thinks she HBIC. She come to Samantha house, come to the crib, looking all at her kids like she gonna do something to the kids. Now we don't know what happened after that. That's gonna be the part two. But the college student, and that's what we want to talk about too. I'm going somewhere else.
But
It's suicide.
before we move into the college student, I want to address a question that one of the subscribers or whatnot put up here. Cynthia asks, would you ladies be able to keep a friendship with the lady who takes pride in sleeping with a man that's not hers?
Personally, that ain't my
Yeah,
business.
personally.
Yeah, for me, if I have to answer the question, she's saying, can I be friends with somebody that sleep with married men? That ain't my business. I'm not in the business of being in other people's business. She gonna have to go before God on that. So yeah, I could be friends with somebody that sleep with married men. I used to couldn't. I used to when I was married. I used to couldn't deal with. I couldn't handle it. I was young. I couldn't handle it at all. But now that I'm older and I've experienced life, and I feel like people, I have to love people where they are. I have learned to love people where they are because people have great attributes. Everybody has some great attributes, and some people just don't have good attributes. And I would choose not to focus on their negative attributes. I'd be like, even if she get to talking about her married man boyfriend, I'd be like, girl, let me call you back. I might not want to discuss it, but I'm not going to not be your friend anymore because of anything you're doing that's not affecting me. And you can answer the question. That's my answer.
Well, I have a couple of friends that do, but they know you can't talk about him to me. He cannot be in my presence. If there's a function and we all going, if he's coming, I'm not showing up. I don't want no parts of that whatsoever. And I'm going, anytime you try to bring it up to me, I am going to voice my opinion on how I feel about it. And then understand that I lose a whole lot of respect for you, a whole lot of trust for you. So you have been my friend up here. And now you're not a friend, you're an associate. I trust my friends. I honor my friends. I respect my friends. If I can't see you in that light, you're no longer a friend. You're an associate.
But let me be clear. I couldn't be Angelique friend because if I was Angelique friend, the character in his book, how disrespectful she was to Samantha, and Samantha didn't even come back. Samantha just is married. She's a victim in all this. I can't deal with a friend that's disrespectful to the wife, or you trying to pull me into your disrespect, or even have a conversation with me about the wife, because that's the wife. Whatever she do, she got the ring. You trying to get in, she in there. You in the house. You trying to get on, knock on her door. So no, I can't be friends with somebody that's trying to bring me into disrespect. So to speak, yes and no. It depends. It depends. I
Right.
definitely couldn't be friends with Angelique. I can't stand Angelique. so Do we have any more questions? Because I don't want to get too much of the book up, y'all. But that was like the gist of it. If y'all have any more questions, I also would like for you to tell us about your program. Um, I forgot the name of your program.
Honor My Rise, Grief and Trauma,
Yes, ma'am.
LLC.
It's in
It's,
Vegas. She lives in Vegas.
yeah,
Okay.
it's called Honor My Rise, Grief and Trauma, LLC. It is my practice. Um, with everything that's going on in this world and in this country, and what I see, especially in all our communities, during the process of writing my books, I wanted to do something more. I've been a community advocate for over 30 something plus odd years. But this time I wanted to put something behind it. So I also, while I was out, I went to school, became a life and coach, a life coach, specializing in addiction, trauma, grief, bereavement, anxiety, and a few other things. Honor My Rise, Grief and Trauma is a virtual practice. You don't have to show up at no office. I don't have to come to you. We do it right here online. And because of the way I have it set up, where it's virtual, you don't have to be in Las Vegas to partake in it.
So if it's like if I called in, can I get counseling if I need help?
Yeah, I don't care whether you're in Washington, New Jersey, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee. I cover all 50 states and Canada and select countries.
So is it like a suicide hotline or any type of grief, any type of trauma, any type of problem I have, I can
If
just call.
there's grief, yeah, it's any kind of grief, trauma, anxiety. If you
Just
go to my
it's
website,
free counseling. Free,
huh?
free counseling.
No, no, it's not free.
Oh, okay. How much it
Okay, no,
cost?
it's not free.
How much it
I
cost?
wish I could do it for free, but it is very, very affordable. And if you have insurance, we'll run your insurance. If they cover it, they do. If not, we work on a sliding fee scale. So I'm not going to turn anybody away. You understand me? So if we have to go on your income base, so depending on your income, it could be free. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or as little as $5 to $10 a session. It just depends.
Right. So is it a 24-hour or what's the hours?
Uh, right now, because I just officially opened March 3rd of this year.
Well,
So right now
congratulations.
I'm doing like from 11 to 7. But
Okay.
if you call in and you need something at 9 o'clock on a certain day, I don't have a problem scheduling it. Now,
Okay.
Sundays, I do not do Sundays because I do have to have a day of rest. Saturdays, for right now, it's just half a day. Okay?
Mhm.
But if your schedule doesn't permit that, we can work something out. And let me give you a list of things that we cover
Okay.
so you understand. We cover grief support, trauma support, executive functioning coaching, which is support that strengthens planning, organizational focus, like career, you know what I mean? Getting clarity and whatnot, anxiety, PTSD, addiction recovery, reentry support. If you or a loved one is coming out of incarceration, we also help you try to get acclimated back into society. Let me say this. If you or your loved one has been convicted of heinous crimes against children, sexual assault, I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot. You know, that's protection for my clients and myself. Okay?
Do you do
Then
background checks on your clients?
pardon me?
How would you know? Do you do background checks on your clients?
Yes. No,
Okay.
I don't do background checks on the clients. Because
Oh,
if
not
they're
you
in my
know, brother.
session, the people,
But
right. But see, if they would have, if you coming out of prison, that's a separate program, okay? Because you have to notify your probation officer. Your probation officer is going to reach out to me, so I'm going to know you're coming out of prison, even if you don't say it from your mouth, because the courts is going to tell you this is what you have to do.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So I'll know. Now, there's also another program we offer called Comfort Care. That is for shut-ins, people in facilities that don't have family that can come visit them, or even though we may have family in a facility, life be life, and we can't visit them as much as we like. We will log in with them, spend time with them throughout the day on whatever days you choose. That way, some of them have a reason to wake up, whether they want to play games, talk about their grandkids, whatever. Even in facilities, the nurses and the staff can't be in everybody's room 24/7. There's a second pair of eyes in that room. I have one young woman, well, she's a young lady, I would say. We thought she was having a heart attack. I was the one on the call, on the video chat with her. I was able to call the people at the front desk at the facility. And when they came in, I turned around and called her daughter. All right. So had I not been in that video with her, who knows how long it would have been before somebody came back to her room to check on her.
So you do it virtually, and like you can go sit with them in person, or you just do it
right
virtually?
now it's virtual. At some point, because right now it's virtual. At some point, I plan to do one-on-one in person here in Las Vegas. You know what I mean?
You have another question.
Well, what's the question?
He says, how about support for mental health? Are you
Yes,
all in positions to offer that?
see, the thing is, Honor My Rise Grief and Trauma, we do not diagnose and we do not prescribe medication. Everything doesn't need a prescription or a diagnosis. And we do work with people who have mental health issues, ADHD, autism, all kinds of, mental mental incapabilities. You know what I mean? It just depends. Now, if that someone needs more than I can offer, then I will refer them to somebody that can give them what they need. Also, right now, what I'm working on is I got some people who are therapists who can prescribe and diagnose in those fields, coaches and whatnot, preparing to join forces with Honor My Ride. So we will have an array of people here that can meet you where you are.
Oh, she put your link.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much. What do we have to look forward from you in the future? Are you working on any more books?
Actually, I just completed a book.
Congratulations, girl. You on the roll over there. This 21 or this 20?
Actually, if you count the very first one I written back in 2006, it would be 21 across 3 genres. I have a children's book series. I have a series of poetry books, and then I have these suspense and drama.
Okay.
The one I just finished and just published about 2.5 weeks ago is called Serial Killers, Crossfire, Justice versus Obsession. I try to make sure my books are not only relatable, focused on something that we're dealing with in our communities right now, but as well as entertainment. I will be at Foreign Exchange. That's to be announced, and I will be introducing a different book that night. But we're waiting to get the dates down. Anybody that needs help or have family that needs help, go to my website. I don't just write books. I don't just talk about it. We can figure out what the problem is. We know what the problems are. Now we need to put forth the solutions. Visit my website. I have resource pages there. I have where you can add words of affirmation, dedication. If there's somebody who's in a very positive aspect in your life that motivated you, you can add that. My books are there. I mean, if you have questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm very transparent about who I am and what I do. None of us are perfect. You are not alone in your journey, no matter what your journey may be. And I'm here to help you walk through that journey, through your healing process. We have to let go of that stigma of worrying about what other people think of us because, we don't want to say nothing or what goes on in my house, stay in my house. My children's series, in the back of the books, every one of them except the very first one has a journaling section. Because we know everybody don't want to talk no matter what your relationship is. They have a space